So that's Prime Minister Modi arriving for a ceremonial welcome. He is slated to carry forward India's initiative to help Sri Lanka rebuild after the 2022 economic crisis that battered the nation. Now, he will be signing key agreements like the joint venture between India's National Thermal Power Corporation and Sri Lanka's Salem Electricity Board for a 120 megawatt solar power plant in Trincomalee that will address the island nation's growing energy needs. The visuals that you see on your screen, Prime Minister Modi receiving a grand welcome, a ceremonial welcome by the Sri Lankan President Visanayake. So that's Prime Minister Modi having received a ceremonial welcome by the Sri Lankan President Dissanayake ahead of several deals and the MOUs which will eventually be signed. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Sri Lanka is aimed at enhancing bilateral defence relations and strengthening partnerships in energy, trade and connectivity sectors. Defence cooperation agreement following recent discussions between Prime Minister Modi and President Dissanayake.